But yeah, that's gonna be a good one coming up on Saturday. Texans going to the second round. Long time coming. Long time coming. That was a dream, and we're gonna get to the nightmare here in a minute. But yeah, we had a lot of games this weekend, and I mean they were good games, good watchable games. Some shocks too, some real shockers in these games. The Cowboys, the Cowboys fell to the Green Bay Packers. Now I'll be the first one to tell you I'm all ecstatic about that. But was it a little bit of shock? A little bit, but not that much because they're the Cowboys. We've seen the Cowboys pull this number time and time again. But the Green Bay Packers, we knew that they could pull an upset. Boy, did they do that. Boy, did they do that. They came ready to play that game from kickball. Put the Cowboys on their heels. Scoring touchdowns. Not punting the ball. How many times they punted that game? Maybe twice, 3 times. Maybe around garbage time when the game was already decided. That's when Dallas was able to go up the field and just kind of patch up the lead. But this game was out of hand a long time ago. Dallas Cowboy fans ready to call a U-Haul truck. Get rid of a lot of players. McCarthy pretty much gone. Jerry Jones looking furious in the press box. Kind of remind me of Jeffrey Lurie in the press box. So yeah, we had some shockers on this wild card weekend. And the shockers was not really shockers. Kind of expected some of this. Who's going to win the Super Bowl? Nobody's just completely taken off with it. You might could say the Baltimore Ravens played the sharpest football up to this point. They might have a great chance. But we're going to see. They have some time off, or they're going to be as sharp. That's the only thing I would say for the Houston Texans is they well oiled. They just played last week. They're still in their little groove, on a high, so to speak. Baltimore Ravens been sit back watching. Maybe they take a while to get it going in the first quarter. That's when you can jump all on top of them, try to get you an early lead, and play your cards from there. At least that's what we're hoping. That's why certain teams don't like to have this little week rest or a bye, because you want to stay sharp. You don't know what's going to happen when you get back on that field. You still got your momentum, offense still rolling good, defensive assignment staying sharp. We don't know. We're going to find out on Saturday. Texans will have a hell of an opportunity. But I will tell you this, if they win that game or find a way to win that game, Texans can go to the Super Bowl. Baltimore Ravens is one of the elite teams in the league right now. You can knock them down, you can beat anybody. You can go to that Super Bowl and pull it off. And what a story that would be. An unbelievable story. So we had some games on the queue. I'm going to go down the list on the games here in a minute, but we're about to get to the nightmare of the week.
Your life was mine. I took it from you. I'm taking it back.
I wish I could tell you I'm surprised. I wish I could tell you I'm shocked. I'm not. We knew this could happen. From kickball, we knew this could happen. No energy. I pretty much want to say that they didn't even, not only that they didn't come to play, but they gave up. I can't even say they gave up. I don't even know if they started. The body language, the looks, the missed tackles. What they say, 10 missed tackles, 219 yards. the wide receivers after catch. You got to think about that for a moment. 219 yards the Bucs wide receivers got after they caught the ball. If you actually watched the game, it was worse than the numbers could even explain. The effort, the body language. This team, that put the cherry on the cake of what's been going on the past 6 weeks. That one topped it. They was already in Cancun. I'm ready to call a U-Haul truck. We could do a complete flip-flop. A complete flip-flop. Sirianni, he can go. I don't even want to say Sirianni. The whole coaching staff, they can go. Number of players, the veteran players who's been staples in Philadelphia. Might be time to retire them. I'm okay with Fletcher Cox moving on. I'm okay with Brandon Graham moving on. I'm even okay with Jalen Hurts moving on. Because it seems like that's what it is when it comes down to meaningful games. Jalen is Hurts. It's always been a body language for me with Jalen Hurts. I've said this before numerous of times. Is he a champion? Is he a winner? We're still trying to figure that out. See, when you're winning ball games, your demeanor and body language, people can bypass that. Because you're winning, you're making plays. But once you start losing and have that same look on your face, it can easily be criticized. And that's what it looks like. No A.J. Brown, Jalen Hurts, finger. They can put all the storylines they want in this game. Doesn't matter who was out there. And before I get too deep, I want to send my thanks and appreciation to Jason Kelce. 13 seasons, the guy is retiring. Well deserved. I don't blame him. The center position is one of the hardest positions to play in football. Especially when you start getting to double-digit career numbers like him and been great for as long as he's been great. Down there taking a pounding, squatting over, hiking the ball time and time again in the NFL. In the trenches. 13 seasons, more like 30 years at the center position. Guy's been stand up. He is a true Philadelphia Eagle. He bleeds green up and down. Pure champion. He should have no regrets. Walk away with your head high. There probably won't be another. Probably won't be another like him. Jason Kelce. He's going to be missed, no doubt about it. He's going to be missed. With the writings on the wall, he sees it. Going down in the slums time and time again after every season and not getting any results. Nah. The man want to stand up straight in his latter years. Want to be able to spend time with his family. Want to be able to bend down and tie a shoe and stand straight back up. Want to be able to play around the house. Get up and down out of his lazy boy. He understands he continues to play this game as violent as it is. That can be in question. But I'm not surprised. Not surprised at all. What happened last night. I've seen it early. Just didn't look right. But shouts out to the Buccaneers. They came ready to play. They believed they could win. They had some schemes cooked up. They wanted to put a lot of pressure on Jalen Hurts, which they did. They know he can't make quick decisions. He hasn't been making quick decisions the last 6 weeks or more on blitzes. Can't get the ball out in time. Kind of holds on to the ball, kind of jerks it a little bit. Then he decides to run. Sometimes he decides to run late, gets sacked. He kind of got the ball out there like a loaf of bread. He's not diagnosing plays very quickly. Some throws he's throwing late. Some guys he's missing coming across the middle on a drag for a first down, and he kind of holds it and go to the wrong guy for a shorter yardage. Don't pick up the third down, and next thing you know, they're punting. Bad coaching in that game as well. Nick Sirianni, I think he was a little under the gun. He was feeling the pressure. Wanted to gamble when he really didn't feel like he needed to gamble. He was just doing something. But you can't just take points off the board. I don't care if it's 3 points. You got to change the momentum. You got to get something going. You should just go ahead and kick that field goal. Yeah, it's 3rd and 5, but have the offense been playing well enough to where you confident that you can go out there and pick up 5 yards, especially at that time. We haven't done nothing pretty much that game yet. But you want to get greedy. It's a shame how you fail from grace so quickly. So quickly. 10-1 is what y'all started the season with. 10-1. And then you end at 11-6. Talk about a collapse. A complete breakdown. And even if you are, or people think you are a good coach, when you have that kind of meltdown, you have to make a change. You have to go. You have to go. Changing the defensive coordinators, middle of the season, that was desperation. Nothing's changed. The defense has gotten worse since then. They got exposed last night. That was a terrible performance. They said they missed 10 tackles. It seems more than that. It seemed more like 30 to 50 missed tackles.
Oh, that's not good.
I mean, just running and bumping into guys, not even wrapping up, trying to strong arm them down to the ground. None of that stuff. We're just butting and patting them. Push them along for 2 or 3 more yards. We're talking about guys that's behind the line of scrimmage when they're starting, looping around or reverse, whatever the case may be. You're getting in front of them, and players are like diving to them, missing them completely. It's almost like they just, ole. Like they didn't want contact. Like they was looking to miss. Just let me throw a body out here at him. Make it seem like I'm trying to make the tackle. No running game whatsoever. They were having success running the ball early. They got away from it. Why? Because they itching and scratching. They want big plays. They want to get off the snide. They want to hurry up and put points on the board. They want to make it seem like everything is okay, so they don't have the patience to run the ball whatsoever. So what happens? You become one-dimensional. When you become one-dimensional, defenses like the Bucs, they're going to pierce their ears back. They're going to say, now this is the game we want to play. Yeah, we're going to blitz Jalen Hurts. They don't have A.J. Brown. They still have serviceable wide receivers. But we'll cover them right up, at least for the first 5 to 10 seconds. And then Jalen Hurts going to get the pump in the ball. We want to expect our defensive front to get there, put him on the ground. If not, he's going to make errant throws, just like throwing balls out there for grabs or putting it in spaces where he can get picked off. Yeah, it's going to be an overhaul, baby. Send that U-Haul truck. Because if it flip-flopped the whole roster, I wouldn't be mad at it. Jeffrey Lurie didn't look too good in that press box. He didn't look too good. Howie Roseman was kind of looking around like, They might come get me too. Possible. They might come get you too. Because you didn't look confident. You kind of look like Sirianni on that sideline, staring up at the scoreboard, pacing back and forth, knowing that there's a possibility I could be cleaning out my office when this game is over. Poor performance. This team has lost everything. They're not even playing like the inspired culture that the Eagles have built for decades and decades and decades and decades. This team ain't never had no quit in them. They have quit now. They have quit now. That's why I say I ain't even worried about all that inside locker room stuff or where they lost it. This team is not together. I'm not even going to get into all of that because it's a shame and it's pitiful right now. That's why you have to do the UHAUL. You got to get them on up out of there. Something stinks around the building. Something stinks around the organization right now. Jeffrey Lurie's going to clean it up and you move on from there. Because you don't go 10-1 and then fall completely off the cliff and then act like you never seen or played football before. That usually don't happen. Something stinks. A.J. Brown, possibility, he decides he doesn't want to play for the Eagles anymore. I'm fine with that too. I'm a fan of his. A lot of his arguments are valid. Early in the season when he was whining and crying for the football, when we were winning games and running the football, that's what made him look bad. That I don't agree with. But when you're losing games, you're behind the 8 ball, you have a wide receiver like him on the other side and you can't even get him the ball, that's what I have a problem with. That's why he's irate and going crazy. That's on Sirianni. That's on the offensive coordinator, Brian Johnson, with his terrible play calling ass. We already know he's gone. He called plays so bad down this stretch, I don't even think he'll ever get a job in the NFL again as an offensive coordinator. And trust me, I could be wrong, but it looked that bad. He shouldn't be offensive coordinator for anybody until he's tightened up his skills, till he understands. Yeah, you want to say, well, give him a break. This is his first season. Man, I done seen first season offensive coordinators go to the moon. Haven't seen many fall off the moon. So I'm not surprised. I'm not shocked. Just irritated. And I'll be more disoriented than I am probably if the Cowboys would have won. That's the only thing keeping my sanity a little bit. Knowing that division, everybody's eliminated in that division. And the Cowboys are no longer going to play another game. But yes, it was no surprise to me. I almost expected it. I've been surprised if something different was on that field, or they looked like they looked early in the season. That would have surprised me. But that effort and what I've seen, nah, that ain't no surprise. That's the usual. So it was one of those weeks where it was great for the Texans, moving on, proud, glad to see it. But on the flip side, for the Eagles, not so much, but not gonna lose sleep over it. When you know what's gonna happen and what they deserve to happen, don't worry about it too much.